Alright, apparently I'm live. So we're back with Mega Man 9 again, for like the millionth time in a marathon. So we'll just get this started as soon as possible. And then we'll get to the talking after. So 3, 2, 1, go. Yo, Chefy bro, thanks for the donation, man. Alright, so Mega Man 9 was released in 2008 for the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360, and then it came later to the Legacy Collection 2, which is on all the other next-gen consoles. I guess they're old-gen now because the PS5 and all that are out. But weirdly enough, this is the Demo Man stage, which you don't actually usually go first for that. So it's a pretty straightforward stage because you only have the Buster still. The real hardest part is just Concrete Man himself and those elephants just to figure it out. At first they take 12 or 14 hits, I don't remember exactly. And then you just want to jump and kill them. You don't really want to take a hit if you're really good. But that last one I just take a hit because I'm not really sure the timing for it. So it's once you think about it, it is a very demo stage as well. It's basic platforming. You don't have to use your Buster. Well, you have to use your Buster, but you don't have to shoot too much. It's not too hard. So Concrete Man can do one of 3 things to start. So he can shoot his concrete, jump, or dash at you. And then you just want to shoot within his iframes, and that's a decent fight. So you just want to time your shots, your Buster shots with his iframes, which is like 4 frames or something, I don't know how many. And then it can be a little tricky to figure out, but once you figure out his patterns, and he never does more than 2 things consecutively, I think. Or he just never does 1 thing consecutively, I don't remember exactly. So I don't remember the story for this game, so those cutscenes mean nothing to me anymore. But it's Mega Man, who cares about the story for it? So we go to Magma Man stage 2nd, and we got the Concrete Shot, which is probably the best, most versatile weapon in the franchise. Because as you can see, you can shoot it against the wall, create a platform, you can kill enemies, and it'll also create a block. And if you time your jump after it lands, or you go under it and then you time your jump, you can get a small zip out of it, which is really cool. So those 2nd and 3rd lasers I could have went through, or I could have done a little bit faster, but I don't really know how to do it because it takes really precise concrete shots. But it's no big deal. So that dragon takes 5 concrete shots. As you can see, the only big downside of such a powerful weapon is it has not too much ammo, but it has just enough to get through the stage. So we're going to time our concretes just to freeze these. This last one, you can get up close and get in its hitbox without dying. And then if you're good enough, you can shoot it and then zip through it. I don't know how to do it consistently, so I won't. And then as you can see, since we used all our concrete, concrete is not Magma Man's weakness. So again, we're going to have to juggle with the Buster. Which this is actually a pretty tricky fight to figure out because he can jump, do a high jump or a low jump, and then you just kind of have to adapt to it. Oh, Jesus. Then once you get it figured out, it's not awful. But once you get the magma bazooka, which is a spreader shot, and you can also charge it, and it'll do bigger damage. But we'll see it later. I'll explain it more once we see it. So now we actually could have gone Hornet or Galaxy here. It's pretty much user preference. There is one trick that's I'm not going to do later in this stage that you can save yourself with Hornet. But it's not a giant deal because I'm not going to do it. But we have the weaknesses for both Galaxy and Hornet, so I've always learned to do Galaxy third, so that's what I'm doing. So this is a very rush coil. There's actually a lot of stages in this game that are rush coil heavy when you don't actually see rush coil terribly much in other games. It's a simple space stage. And then these teleporters are I think they're new to Mega Man at this point. But they just, they have a set pattern, but you just have to learn it. And just go through the right ones. And if you played Mega Man 8, you know we don't have quick weapon swapping in this game like 8. So we just have to... It's not a big deal to keep Rush Coil out, but we can't just keep swapping between the two. So if I went to the left there's one of those grabber things, and we can go up here with it if you're like really good. But I never learned it properly. Shoot here. Okay, I didn't do it. So there I wanted to shoot, and then back boost as late as possible, so I would land on the concrete, which didn't happen. Alright, perfect. Oh, not perfect. I missed a shot. But you want him to swoop twice like that, so you won't have to go up. But I missed. I shot way too early on that third shot. But we killed him, so it's not a big deal. That's why the estimate's like 38 or 40. So I just realized, I think I accidentally turned on a mode. I don't know why I have scan lines on it, if anyone else is seeing that. Or I'm just going crazy. Hornet Man is another Rush Coil heavy stage once we get there. So those first Buster Shots you wanted to time when you look at you get past one of the bushes, you time your Buster Shot just so because that enemy will shoot rocks whenever you hit it, so you just want to time it so then you won't have to waste time dodging and it'll just go over you. I don't know what these things are called, but they'll shoot balls at you, and then you just want to destroy the platforms with them. So that flower clock is also a big factor of RNG, where it can spawn anywhere on it. Even if you jump, it can spawn at the top one, which I started on. So you wanted him to go on the left or right, and he didn't do either, so... Or the immediate left or right, I should say. I guess I'm just damage boosting through this. Oh well. So I'm gonna shoot. concrete, somehow it sticks to the wall because it's still inside the wall. Oh well. So there's our first taste of Magma Bazooka. So it can deal... I think it's... I don't know if it's 2 or 3 damage per hit because it's a spreader. But it does at least 2. If you hit all 3, it does... I think it does the... only counts for 2 damage. But if it's weak to... Magma... If the enemy or boss is weak to Magma Bazooka, you can just mow it down. We got a gear. I don't know what that gear is for. But now we have it. And now we're back on track for the boss weaknesses. For at least this boss. So Jewelman's actually a pretty tough stage to learn. Oops. Okay, I have to wait for that. I didn't need to kill that guy. But you can do that first section with Buster, but I never learned it. So it's not too slow, unless you're going for like a 32 or 31 you want a Buster, but if you're just playing the game, Concrete's a very safe way to play it. So the rock here, you usually have to wait for all of it to fall, but if you hit it with a hornet like that, it'll just skip his entire animation. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm fine. I thought I shot a little bit too late, but we're fine. So this is a pretty tough one to get in one. You just kind of want to activate it, and then jump to the right. Other than Plugman, I think this is probably one of the harder stages to learn, because there's a lot of things that waste time and can kill you. Luckily, Jewelman's one of the easier bosses, though. Because he jumps whenever you jump, so you just want to place down a black hole bomb, which will just stay on screen. And then whenever his iframes will run out while he's in the air, so then he'll just, every time he lands, he'll take a hit. And he's a lot slower if you're making him jump as well, to maximize the amount of hits. So now, thankfully for us, that cutscene was to get us Rush Jet, and this is... the last 3 stages are the ones that are immensely faster if you have Rush Jet. Okay, so Plugman is probably the hardest Robot Master, just because this first section, actually the whole stage, the Yoku blocks are on a global timer. So you want to do that these first sections exactly the same. There is a way you can get that first block without having to wait like I did. I never figured it out, so... And then this, because we're on that timer, I know where the blocks are going to spawn here, which that first one is the only one that really matters. So first, I'm going to grab this E-Tank just to be safe. Because this is the only... there's only like 2 you can get without actually using screws to buy in the shop. And I'm only going to get one of them, so we better get it. Okay, here I'm just going to wait a bit. Oh, okay, no, never mind. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna reset the room then. That's what I wanted to do, but I placed the rush jet too high. See, this isn't gonna work. Oh well. Alright. Well, that was a very sloppy ending section, but I'd rather that than die, so that's not a big deal. So Plugman, you have to time the shots. Luckily, in the Robot Master section, or boss fight, I'm pretty sure he always just lands on the right there. So I shoot one at him, take a hit, and then if I'm back far enough, his body won't deal damage to me again. But you have to make sure that you get your... What am I saying? You have to make sure that you time your shots correctly because you have exactly enough weapon ammo to kill him. So if you miss time one, then you're going to have to use Buster or Magma Bazooka. Then I sat in the... it doesn't matter what stage you go to now between Splash and Tornado because you have both of their weaknesses. I was just trying to remember which one I usually went to 7th. So first, we are going to grab the ammo because we need more jet for later. I don't really have much to say about this part, it's just dodging enemies. So here, I'm going to start with a jump, because if I didn't... It's only happened to me like once before, but that Sniper Joe, they react to your jumps sometimes. So I just start that room in the air, so he won't jump when I jump and knock me off my rush jet. Which... It might lose a little bit of time, but I just would prefer to prevent that from happening. But it's probably just user error on my part why he jumped like that. Well, I don't know why I played it safe there. So the last two screens, the first screen, it's pushing at you when you move right, so you have to walk as much as possible. And then on the last screen, as you saw, it pushed me the other way, so whenever I jumped, it gave me a speed boost. But that is Tornado Man. He gave me a okay enough pattern. You want him to stay on the ground at the right there, but he went up and came back down immediately, so it's not a giant deal. And now we're in the Splash Moment, which used to be... This was like 2013 maybe, is what they did first in the speedrun, because Splash Woman takes 2 damage from... Uh-oh, okay, I jumped over it anyway. I didn't know you could jump over it. But Splash Woman takes 2 damage from the Buster, and then you'd go Splash Concrete. But then they realized that having Rush Jet is a lot faster for this stage, so now you do her stage in between 6th and 8th. But Splash Woman are the last 3 you can do it anytime because her weakness is Hornet, not her Hornet is weakness, because she doesn't have a Hornet. But then this section, if you've played Mega Man 5, might look a little bit familiar, but it's a lot faster with Rush Jet. So instead of waiting, you just do that. Because otherwise you'd have to wait for the bubbles fully. This one I'm going to jump, try and time this, which I did that. This one I'm going to try and get at the peak. Okay, I did. I might have waited a little bit too long, but I wanted to be safe. Alright, that was a good last section. Now, those moving platforms can be pretty tough to learn. I don't think I learned it until, like, I got my 33 or something, or whatever my time is now. I have no clue what my PB is. Right, Splash Woman is a pretty tough boss fight because those fish she spawns, the hornets, will sometimes go after that, so you kind of want to just stick close to her, and then it'll do that. Which, you can do a lot faster, but... Alright, so now we have all 8 Robot Masters down. Now we can go to the Wily stages. So Laser Trident is probably... maybe it's the strongest, like, just weapon in strength. But it doesn't really, it's just a strong weapon. It's not really, much otherwise. But it is, like, it's really powerful. Then we're gonna start with, Jewel Satellite here, which is probably the strongest shield weapon in the franchise. You can Buster there, but it only takes like 3 seconds to menu, so I haven't learned the Buster section. So those propellers, you're meant, I'm guessing, I'm not sure what you're meant to do, but you can use Tornado and raise those. But you just jet over it. And in these Wily stages, we're going to see a couple of old friends, I guess. Oh boy. Never gotten that in a marathon run. Of course, that was one hit away. It's always just one hit. But I think bustering the dragon is just a little bit faster, because of you don't have to menu to concrete. But I'm like 0 for 4 on getting a 1 cycle for that in a marathon. I can do it like every time in practice, but I choke every time in the marathon. Bit tight on jet ammo, but I think we can handle it for Wily 2. Alright, so the spike pushers is just as the name says, they're gonna push the spikes at us and we have to push them back. So because you can only have 3 bullets on screen at once, you kind of want to rhythm mash it, but still have some speed to it. And then those spike balls are instant kill as well. That wasn't very good, but I didn't die. I felt like my mashing was a little off, I don't know why, but we got through. But there's like a million different strategies. You can use Plug Ball, you can use Tornado after a bit. I just Buster it down because that's all I learned. Alright, Wily 2, we're gonna... It generously gives us some ammo, which we'll use on Jet because that's the... Alright, so now we no longer have ammo discrepancies. This is a very tough stage. So I'm going to play it as safe as possible. Oh boy. So those movie camera things, or whatever those are, I don't know why I waited so long. Damage boost. They'll create fake platforms. Oh boy. Okay. We're through. But yeah, they'll create fake platforms and then... It's not terribly hard once you figure out how they work. But this is probably the hardest stage in the game. For a good reason. There's like 3 sections of madness. My health is not good. And of course it teases me by giving me 2 big health drops on top of the spikes. I mean, if I take a death, it's probably not a giant deal. I would prefer just to get health. So we're gonna wait here. You can do this a little bit faster, but I'm just gonna play it safe. Didn't get the corner jump there. Yes. Alright. So now I have to, I want to keep coil out. So I have to plan what I want to do. So he is... The Mega Mech Shark has 3 sections. And there's... I think it's all... I'm gonna use Tornado here. They're all weak. I think they all... Every weapon does 2 damage to it. But it's weak to... Tornado and Laser Trident. I think I should be able to take another one. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I have no clue what I was talking about now. But it's weak at least to Laser Trident, and the second part is weak to Tornado. Which, obviously Tornado is a bit slower than Laser Trident, but I really... 1, I didn't want to use my E-Tang, and 2, I didn't want to die, so I just played it a bit safer than usual. But I guess that's how it goes for marathons. So I'm gonna jump over that one, then this one I'm gonna mash. And I want to get as far up as possible with Rush Coil, because this Gravity Well is very slow and annoying and stupid. So we just want to start as high as possible, so we don't have to go through it. I guess I'm just reverting back to every old strat I have, because I don't usually do that. But you can make that jump, but if you really want to play it safe, then just take a damage boost there. So I'm going to coil, damage boost. Okay, I think I meant to damage boost onto the health, but that's not a big deal. So the big gimmick here with the Gravity Well is every time you shoot, it pushes you the other way you're facing. So, but because I have Rush Coil out to save a menu, I need to shoot twice. But it's not a big deal if you know what you're doing. Then we got our M-Tank, use it immediately. Because it's faster, so we don't have to wait for things to refill. The only extra thing we have to wait for is the tornado, just because we use that. So this section can be very scary if you're new. I still play it safe like that all the time. Then the boss upcoming is weak to Black Hole Bomb. So I'm going to place a Black Hole Bomb at a specific time, and I'm going to try and pause and unpause and one-shot it. Well, not one-shot, but like quick kill. Okay. Okay, we'll try again. I don't think I shot any extra, but I don't know what that was. I think the touchpad on the PS5 controller activates that. I'll call it a secret menu. But, it did not despawn my Black Hole Bomb, though. That's what you wanted to happen, but in a big one cycle, though. But we got through it without a death or anything terrible happening. But yeah, there's a big touchpad on the DualShock 5, which is not very nice when you're trying to mash the tiny start button. Go to concrete and just deal with these lasers. So there is a, you can do a manipulation to get the perfect Galaxy Man fight. I don't know how to do it, so we're just gonna roll into it and hope we get lucky. Okay, we did not get lucky. I'm gonna go to Magma here just to save as much concrete as I can. I think I already did shoot a little too much. No, I forgot where I was going because of it. But concrete and laser trident are the only two weapons you really want to save. Because that's Wily's weaknesses. Let's see if Tornado can give me a better pattern. Nope, he cannot. Alright, so Magma Man, we want him to jump into that middle platform, and if he hits me and I do my shot at a fast enough time. Okay, I did not get it. But as you can see, you don't have enough Tornado to kill Magma Man. I think I took that first hit there because I was supposed to start with a Tornado, and I just forgot. I was too busy explaining how to do the thing I didn't do. The other fights, other than concrete, are going to be the same. We still have Hornet. But we actually have Laser Trident this time for concrete. Which, the fight's practically the same concept. It's just you have a stronger weapon. If he's dashing to the right there, you can actually get a double hit because he's dashing inside your laser trident, but it didn't get through. out what to do, apparently. Okay, I've forgotten how to play the game. So you wanted to do that, where you just smash it into him, but it didn't work for some reason. I mistimed it, I guess. But, uh-oh. Don't do that. Okay, spawn over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Oh, boy. Okay, whatever. I'll just have to use my E-Tank now. I'm gonna charge magma. Okay, I got the hit. Because he actually... He has... So exactly 32 wouldn't kill him. So you need to do one extra hit once you do your max hits. And then, yeah, this will happen. This is the Wily special. Oh, I still got him. Okay, time. Oh, where's my timer? Split. Okay, it's not working. Am I on the wrong... I might have splits open, that might be why. Okay, well that's Mega Man 9. Well, for the next run I'll figure out what's wrong with my timer. Yeah, that's Mega Man 9. It's a fun game. It's definitely my favorite. 35 is it's not very good by my standard, but it was underestimate. Yeah, I guess we're gonna take a short intermission, then I'll be back for Mega Man 10 whenever that's done.